Good afternoon, everyone. Hope you're having a wonderful day today, and thanks for joining me. I'm recapping the trade I took today on GVH. Today is December 29th, 2025, and I've got my order entry window here along with I've marked out my entries and exits. So the entries are in the green line right there that you can see. The exits are these pink lines. I traded this stock twice, and fortunately, both of them ended up being winners. I'll show you where I ended up on this stock here in just a little bit. But my initial entry, I took right here on this yellow candle as we were coming up through 350. So what I was watching was on the TTM squeeze, I was looking to see, are we going to get this flip from strong bear, this red, back to this kind of weak bear yellow? And as we did that and we were holding the 21 EMA, I was just anticipating that the EMAs were going to kind of line out. Now, when I took this entry at 350, I was assuming a stop loss at 339. So if we pulled back, 11 cents, I was going to be out. And it was a little bit bigger position. I ended up taking two entries right there at 350. And so that ended up being 1,000 shares on that initial position. And I'll scroll that back down so you can see that. So this was GVH. And let me back down here. And so, yeah, that was the entry there, 350 at 1033. So that's 1033 on the candle, 350. And then as this price moved my direction, again, remembering those principles, number one, I'm going to assume that I'm wrong until proven otherwise, hence a stop loss in my mind. Number two, I'm going to expect to be uncomfortable. So I'm going to take these positions and know that this may go against me, but I'm going to wait and see what happens next. Number three, I'm going to add when I'm right. So as this aggressively moved up and we got that flip to strong bull, I added to my position here at 374. That's what that ended up being. And then I'm never going to add when I'm wrong. And so as we got up here to kind of this $4 level, I was looking back at the prior high on the day. Now we were above the pre-market high, which was down here at 297, but I was looking back at this prior high of day, basically anticipating we may not break that. And so I had some sell limit orders out there as we came up through this $4 levels, this $4, and took some off of the table there. And then I ended up assuming break even on my last portion, and I was out down here at 377, which you can see that final sale at 377. Now moving ahead and going to GVH again here, I did take another stab at it. I didn't draw this one. This was at 1048, so that would have been right over here. As this came back up through, I took a stab at it thinking, okay, maybe we'll get a flip here and we'll get a move higher back up through the VWAP. Didn't end up working out. I took this at, let's see, I got one in there at 366 and a sell at 364. I had one, yeah, that was the main one right there. I bought at 366 and out at 364. So just risked a couple pennies there. And then moving ahead, we come over to this next trade, which was at 1108 Eastern time, so 808 my time. And right here, again, we're flipping, we're having this transition from this weak bear to strong bull, these red dots, this mid compression squeeze right here. And as this starts to move, I'm looking to take this trade with these EMAs lining out and moving higher. So I took that entry. This one I took a little more aggressively because we were kind of getting this turn back, plus it was a 5-minute setup. So I ended up loading up here a little bit heavier, 500 shares, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 orders. So that ended up being 3,000 shares with this entry here on this 1108 candle. So as we then moved higher, I did start to take some off again because I was in it a little heavier first off, and I was also still cognizant of this $4 level. And as we came up through here, I took some off on these pink lines, took a little more off here at 409. My final exit ended up being at 420, which I'll show you that right up here. So 420 was my final exit on my final 300 shares. Now, the nice thing was this actually moved a little bit higher I was out and I actually left my computer to go to the gym. So I didn't end up sticking around to see any of this happen. But I think this goes to show just, you're never going to get 100% of the move, and that's fine. We shouldn't have the expectation to get 100% of the move. 100% of the move means that you're figuring out down here somehow that this is the right place to get in, and you're figuring out somehow that 490 is the exact top to be in. That's just not reasonable. So what you're looking to do is try to find some confirmation the stock's moving your way. Now, had I stayed in front of my computer, what I then would have been looking for is for this 8 EMA to hold, and then adding here at this kind of first 1 minute candle to make a new high as this 8 EMA is holding. And then again, if you can get up and hold 450, kind of that whole dollar, half dollar mindset, if you can hold 450, then maybe you're looking up to $5 for the next piece of this. But if you go into trading expecting to get 100% of the move, you're going to be extremely frustrated. That shouldn't be your mindset. I'll drag my position window over here so you can see. So ended up making $873 on this trade. So combined with these two winners, my one loser on BNAI and a small winner on SOPA, ended up 978 on the day. Again, I'm paper trading, so I want to give that disclaimer. Also, the disclaimer: I don't advocate that you follow any trade. This isn't trading advice. This is education only, and for entertainment purposes only. This is what I'm doing. This is what's working for me. I do want to show you my month so far for my monthly performance on my trading monitor here. So bear with me as I get that loaded. And we'll get that onto the screen. Okay, and here is my performance for the last 3 months. Now, again, I've been paper trading since June, and I won't spend a ton of time on this necessarily, but anytime you're trying to learn something as difficult as trading, it's going to take you some time, and you should recognize that, be okay with that. You can see I had moments of, really good performance and moments of just brutal performance. And an item that I've been really working on, and August is a good example of that, is I've really been focusing on trying to keep these big days away. And this is a perfect example. If I had just stuck to, my $1,000 or $1,200 max loss like I did on these 2 days in August, had I just done that here on the 5th, every week I would have been green. Like in August, that would have been pretty nice. If this was $1,200, this now reverses and ends up being about an $8,500 swing, which then actually puts me profitable. And probably in August, I could have been maybe as much as $8,000 in profit, again, paper trading. And so I think it's important to recognize, like, while you're learning these things, the beautiful part about paper trading is you can make it real. I mean, you can make it as close to real as possible without putting real money on the line. And I've been paper trading since June. Been really excited for the progress, especially, from November into December. And with today's $978 here on Monday, we're just up over $13,000 on the month, which is great. Again, paper trading. But I'm trying to exemplify the rules, the principles, work on myself mentally, adhere to a strict stop loss, keep these big blow up days away. I'm really happy that this is my big one for December, significantly smaller than these prior big blow up days, which is great. And I've still had some red days here, and that's to be expected. Not every day is going to be a green day, but so far so good on the month. That's good performance. So I'm excited about that. It's been a great December. I am focusing on, again, working on myself, remembering those 4 key principles, and it's been a huge help to me. So if you felt like this video was helpful and you enjoyed it, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe. Love to be able to help more people.